How do you know Mr. Blue?
Definitely not my husband, with the way that you're looking at me.
How do you know Mr. Blue?
I don't. What are you looking at?
Your mic. I was like, where is it? That's why I was like, I followed the string. Besides the point. Anyway, I'm blind and stupid, and I've got to figure out this meta mystery. This game might not have as much commentary in it because it is voice acted, and people work hard on that, so I don't want to talk over them.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a heavily theatric game, if that's what you want to call it, because you've got to really pay attention to what these people are saying. Mm-hmm. You're an investigator, so if you're not into not hearing us scream and be fracking idiots, then I guess this video ain't for you, dog.
But if you like to hear us shut our traps, welcome. Hello.
Watch this be our most viewed video because we don't talk as much.
Sherlock Holmes in this bitch. Let's go.
Does that mean I'm Watson?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Detective, I'm so glad you're here. One of our most senior staff, Mr. Blue, has been missing for almost a month now, and with him gone, we've been forced to delay a large contract. Needless to say, the board is not happy. We at C Corp need him back as soon as possible.
So you want me to find out what happened to him?
Detective, I need you to find out what has become of Mr. Blue. He is integral to the delicate machinery that is C Corp, and I'm sure that my staff, though kind, know more than I've managed to squeeze out of them.
Well. Okay. Do you have any suggestions on where I should start?
I suggest that you talk to Mr. Red first. Oof. As far as I know, him and Mr. Blue had some sort of falling out just days prior to Mr. Blue disappearing.
Sounds
Now,
fishy.
you have to excuse me. If I step out for more than a moment, this company turns into a jungle. I could never retire, you know. Not when just about every important contract require my personal supervision, what seems like daily. It's great to have you here, Detective. I'm counting on you.
I bet it is. What friggin'
No new questions.
literally
What's
a
going
minute
on
in
here?
and I already don't like her because it doesn't feel like she's really worried about Mr. Blue. She's just like worried about her company, which I guess I can understand from a business standpoint, but
Yeah.
like somebody just went missing, bruh. I think you should be like,
I looked over and my cat is taking a shit. He's getting so big, even though he has a huge litter box, that he like turns all the way around and perches on the outside of the box, and he'll just like, I'll look over and he makes eye contact with me.
eye contact while taking a
Jesus,
shit.
we're gonna go visit Red.
Oh.
I have a few questions, Mr. Red.
Does he have a
Is
mustache?
this about Blue?
Oh, that's his mouth.
I already told that fossil all I know.
So I
Damn.
take it you don't get along with Madam White very well? So it seems in the future I'll have multiple options.
What is there to say? He came to the repo department and started changing everything. And may I add that we never had a single complaint when we did things my way. Now, with all the additional paperwork, a single typo can start a 4-hour-long meeting with Miss Yellow. Any sane person would rather gouge their eyeballs out than be around that sorry-looking bore. Let's just say I dislike the man, but I had nothing to do with him disappearing.
Well, when he gets back, they need to kiss and make up because I love me some purple, okay? That's not cool.
So I take it you don't get along with Madam White very well?
No shit.
That is not what I expected. Well.
I mean, if you ask obvious questions, you're gonna get less than
I understand
ideal.
you and Blue had an argument leading up to him vanishing.
You're saying I had something to do with it?
Yeah, buddy.
It's a miracle he got along with anyone with that goody two-shoes act of his. Always sticking his nose where it doesn't belong. The repo department was doing fine, way before he was reassigned here and started barking orders. And frankly, the extra paperwork has done nothing but slow me down. Not to mention, it's quite honestly the worst thing to spend my time on. One customer calls in because of a single faulty circuit board getting back on the market. And the company needs someone to come in and tell me how to run my department? Give me a break.
What sort of paperwork did Mr. Blue make you do?
Cataloging every single faulty wire, reclaimed circuit board, and piece of tech. What difference does it make if we're just going to destroy the stuff anyway? Pointless pencil pushing, if you ask me. Just getting the factory code.
Well, that, my friends, is Perry. That was
He's
Perry.
ripping and running all over the room this morning. I don't know what's up with him. He's chasing his own tail.
And nearly fell off the island. Holy
No
shit.
new questions.
Perry, I swear to God. What is up with cats? Like,
I don't
already being crazy enough, but after they take a shit, it's like maximum overdrive.
know. Because they feel light. I'm a new man. So I've got folders of evidence, apparently.
Perry is gonna bust his ass, and I'm gonna laugh so hard.
Who else can I visit? Purple. Okay, no. I'm
Is it Mr. Purple or
outta
Mrs.
here.
Purple?
Mr. Purple?
It's Mr. Purple?
I believe so.
My future husband.
Character is unavailable. So what do? No new questions. Go to the computer.
You've got new folders.
Yeah, but okay, there we go. Okay, I didn't double click. So I have to go through evidence. Destroys everything that's brought in.
You got to find the contradiction.
Yeah.
So,
What am I? Jeez.
Okay.
They made this like a little convoluted, but it's okay.
repo catalogs everything that's brought in. Repo destroys everything that's brought in. Cataloging is time consuming.
This folder. Mr. Ed doesn't get along with Madam White.
Okay. There's a
Oh.
Mr. Blue became chief of repo after circuit board incident.
Separated the evidence.
Yeah.
Works in their Mr. Red works in their possession department. Mr. Red dislikes Mr. Blue's goody two-shoe attitude. Mr. Red hates the work. Mr. Blue added more than anything. Chief of repo after the circuit board incident. Mr. Blue worked for the repossession department. Mr. Blue came to repo because a returned circuit board was sold again. Okay, keep investigating.
Okay.
Mr. Red finds Mrs. Yellow sorry looking.
Damn. Savage.
When Mr. Red makes mistakes, Mr. Yellow is often contacted to talk to him. Mr. Red can't imagine anything worse than spending time with Miss Yellow. The repo department was run without incidents before Mr. Blue came. That's a
Bullshit.
contradiction.
Bullshit.
With something else.
You need to.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then.
Learning.
You gotta go back.
Yeah.
Go to the other. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And go into the other folder. Okay. Back out. Maybe it was a different folder.
Yeah. You looking.
There we go.
The department was okay.
Look, became chief of repo after the circuit board incident.
Yep. Seems like a contradiction.
Did it just say "er"?
Okay, so that's not what we're looking for. Because a returned circuit board was sold, made this.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's
So,
not it.
yeah.
Try the other one. There we go.
There we go. It wouldn't let me double click it for some reason. One question added.
Okay, so
I should be able to go out. You had to step down after complaints about old circuit boards getting sold to customers, and still you claim that you ran the repo department without any complaints.
The customer got a refund, and I saw to it myself that as soon as the board got back to us, it was smashed to pieces, right there on my desk. That's hardly enough to constitute a real complaint, if you ask me. Just some oversensitive schmuck wanting stuff for free. That's all there is to it.
Right.
questions.
Okay, but that's not how, that's not how you do things in a business.
I'm gonna move these in a row so it's easier for me to look at.
Yes, organize. You need to pull that other folder
Yeah,
out.
it got put into there. Not this.
Are you able to rename the folders?
I don't know.
There it is.
There she is. How can I pull you? There we go.
Okay.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely into this.
digging it a lot.
When Mr. Red makes mistakes, Miss Yellow. Okay. These are all about Miss Yellow.
And we haven't talked to her yet, so...
Thing worse, Mr. Red finds Yellow. So those are the same. Miss Red makes mistakes. Miss Yellow is often contacted to... I did not mean to do that. Go away. The repo department was run without incident before Mr. Blue came. We already debunked that.
Okay.
Mr. Red makes mistakes. Miss Yellow is... Okay, I'm gonna put this back in here. I don't know how... Go in. Where... Okay, well...
Oh!
Well. Okay. Yeah, it's cool.
Alright, we'll just leave it there.
Mr. Red hates the work Mr. Blue added more than anything. Mr. Red dislikes Mr. Blue's goody two-shoe attitude. Mr. Red works for the repossession department. These are all true. Oh, after the circuit board incident, Mr. Blue assigned extra paperwork. When Mr. Red makes mistakes, Miss Yellow is often contacted. Mr. Blue works for the repossession department. Mr. Blue came to repo. Okay, these are all cool and good. When Mr. Red makes mistakes, blah, 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 the circuit board was returned and the customer got a refund.
Are you able to talk to anyone else new?
There was no new questions unlocked.
Not new questions, but to talk to someone else new. No. Okay, so...
We gotta find another contradiction.
Yep.
Have questions. Cataloging is time consuming. Repo catalogs everything that's brought in. Repo destroys everything that's brought in. Let me just see something. No. Okay, well, I was just curious if maybe that was a contradiction because the way it was worded.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Red makes mistakes. Miss Yellow is often contacted.
That one appears everywhere for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Double click on it. No, on...
Oh, wrong folder.
Yeah. No. Double click on that.
This one?
No, the Mr. Red, yeah, there we go. Now it's out of your way.
Repo catalogs everything that's brought in. Yeah, we looked at this. Let's check this folder. Makes mistakes. Miss Yellow is often contacted. Yeah, Mr. Red can't imagine anything worse. The repo department was run without incident before Mr. Blue came. I got questions. I cannot find the contradiction.
Okay. You know you have a hint button, right?
It's not...
Oh,
yeah.
It brings you to the Discord where
Yep.
people are talking about it.
Yep. I saw when I hovered over it.
Well, there's that.
We gotta keep deep diving. Anything worse than spending time with Miss Yellow? Mr. Ed makes mistakes. Miss Yellow is often contacted to talk to him. Mr. Ed yeah. I'm missing something. I still feel like it's... Nope. He tried. Now look at this folder. Mr. Ed immediately smashed the return circuit board. The circuit board was returned and the customer got a refund. Mr. Ed immediately smashed the return circuit board. Mr. Red doesn't get along with Madam White. That's all that's in there. Mr. Red hates the work Mr. Blue added more than anything. Mr. Red dislikes Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue became chief of repo after the circuit board incident. Mr. Blue worked for the repossession department. Mr. Blue came to repo because the returned circuit board was sold again. Let's see.
Oh, and then he said that he hates Mrs. Yellow more than anything.
Who hates the work Mr.
Can't
Blue
imagine
added.
anything worse than spending time with Mrs. Yellow.
Ahaha.
Well, that was a very petty contradiction.
Yeah, it wasn't really like a factual contradiction.
Well, I mean, it didn't seem like it was important to anything.
So which one is it? Do you dislike doing paperwork more or less than you dislike spending time with Yellow?
I swear you're like a freaking bloodhound. Ever heard of hyperbole? Me and Yellow have split up, if you have to know. I don't want everyone around here knowing.
Oh, they were making
just
orange
keep
on the
this to
free
yourself.
time.
No new questions.
Okay. Oh, we got a new folder.
Nice. Mr. Red asked me to not tell people about him and Miss Yellow. Mr. Red and Miss Yellow have split up.
So did their children come out as like red and yellow, or would their children come out as just all orange? I need to know these. These are the...
No? Okay. Why'd you marry someone who's sorry looking? Just saying.
He didn't say marry.
I mean, they were
Just-
together. Can't imagine anything worse than spending time with Miss Yellow. If Mr. Red makes mistakes, Miss Yellow is often contacted to talk to him. Mr. Red finds Miss Yellow sorry looking.
Oh boy.
Mr. Red doesn't get along with Madam White. Mr. Red hates the work Mr. Blue added more than anything. Mr. Blue became chief of repo after the circuit board incident. Mr. Red dislikes Mr. Blue's goody two-shoe attitude. Mr. Red works for the repossession department. Mr. Blue assigned extra paperwork. Mr. Blue came to the repo because the returned circuit board worked for the repossession department.
This will make you think.
Yes. Mr. Red hates the work Miss Blue added more than anything. I already looked at this, right? Yeah. Yokes! Mr. Red immediately smashed the returned circuit board. Your circuit board was returned and the customer got a refund. This wouldn't happen.
Yeah, it
No.
would.
Le whom? Mr. Red immediately, yeah, I looked at that. I wish I could. Repo destroys everything that's brought in. Repo catalogs everything brought in. Cataloging is time consuming. When Mr. Red makes mistakes, Miss Yellow. These are really intricate. More intricate than I expected. I mean, I could just be stupid. But, I mean...
I'm not... Okay, wait.
Oh, wait.
You've got... Go back to the character choices.
These are, like, about them. I'm on red still.
Okay, I know, but is Madam White there? Yes, see, we were missing stuff.
Oh.
Madam White is involved in C Corp.
The workers at C Corp are stressed.
I mean, that's...
Interesting. So there are folders on all the peoples.
that we've talked to so far.
Gotcha. I gotta get back to red. Interesting.
Was there anything else, any other characters that we were able to divulge into now?
I don't think so, because
Are
we
we
have
still
no
on
new
red?
questions. We're still on red. We gotta find all the contradictions.
Ooh.
Doesn't get along with Madam White. Can I do cross? Like, do I go in and can I be like that? No.
I imagine you would if something that someone else said contradicts something that someone else says,
Very
but I don't
true.
think anything that she said.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Mr. Red hates the work Miss Blue added more than anything. Mr. Red dislikes Mr. Blue's goody two-shoe attitude. Mr. Blue became chief of repo after circuit board incident. Mr. Blue assigned extra paperwork. Mr. Red works for the repossession department. Mr. Blue came to repo because a returned circuit board was sold again. signed extra paperwork.
Right, I'm racking my brain.
Me too.
This is a toughie.
It is very tough.
A toughie.
Circuit board was returned. Nope.
Are we just going through and and doing each possible combination?
Apparently.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna figure this out. Mr. Blue became chief of repo after the circuit board incident. Mr. Blue worked for the repossession department. Nope. Mr. Blue came to repo because a returned circuit board was sold again after the circuit board incident. Okay. I got it. I think I got it. I think. Oh,
Yeah.
Come on. Please be it. I gotta find it. Woohoo!
Oh yeah.
I figured it out. So how exactly did that circuit board get sent out to a customer again, and if everything you bring in is sent away to be destroyed?
I don't even get what the big deal is. The stuff was barely used. It was still in the box, for God's sake. I was doing the company a favor. Do you know how many thousands of dollars of hardware is destroyed every single day? It's enough to make you blush. And the genius Dr. Green keeps spending insane amounts of company money to develop these circuits. And then they still get returned? How great can they be? He's nothing but a neurotic moron. His bug-eyed face makes me nervous. I can't stand looking at him for more than a moment, even less trying to have a normal conversation with the man. He's here on the same floor as you, just down the hall. You should talk to him about all this, not me. He's not busy or anything. I know, because each time I see him is at his desk. He's just staring out into nothingness, like a freak.
Red is a savage. And on that note, we're to Mr. Green, so we're gonna cut it here, and we will be back when we interrogate Mr. Green. You got anything to say?
I mean, fuck this guy. I'm not big in this guy's. What's the big deal, bitch? One of your motherfucking employees has gone missing. There shouldn't be any kind of information that you give us that's contradicting. If someone's missing, that's the big idea. Fuck this guy. He's the one that did it.
That note,
We're out of here.